Good morning. Coming up on 6:30 now, here's what's ahead in this half hour of Daybreak.
A dirty deed caught on camera leaves a local family wondering, harmless prank or deliberate act.
Plus, Josh Allen gets the start in Game 3 of the preseason. Go to WGRZ.com/vote and let us know what you think. Kate?
Wings will always be hot, but we'll hear from the guy who thinks Buffalo's pizza may be the next big thing in food.
From the station on your side, Channel 2 News Daybreak starts with Storm Team 2.
All right, I want you to take a live look at Niagara Falls right now, where it is pouring. Good morning, everyone. This is a scene that you should probably get used to, because your backyard, your area may look like this at some point during the day today. Good morning, everyone. We're getting ready for an...
Dave, thanks for the heads up.
6:34 on Daybreak. A family in Williamsville hopes the public can help them find a pair of men who dumped garbage on their porch, not once, but twice.
It happened on Chalmers Street a week ago, and surveillance video shows two people wearing white masks dumping bags of trash in front of the home of the Gorey family. Now, the family includes parents of both Jamaican and Pakistani descent, plus their kids, and they fear they're being targeted.
They knew we have camera. They're still brave enough to come and doing such a thing to us, dumping the trash. I don't know what they do next.
You know, you see your parents are worried. Are you worried?
Yeah, a lot. Like, I stay home a lot of the time, so it's really nerve-wracking to know that these people are out there, and I don't know what they're capable of.
Here is that surveillance video once again. Take a look, see if you know these two people who are apparently involved. Amherst police are investigating the incident, but at this point, officers are not treating it as a possible hate crime, even though the family believes it could be one. It is 6:35 on Daybreak, and if there wasn't enough anticipation for football season already, well, yesterday's big announcement should do the trick.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's Josh Allen time in Buffalo. The 7th overall pick will get his first preseason start this Sunday against the Bengals. Now, the Bills broke the news on Twitter late yesterday afternoon. This will be Allen's first chance to play a first-team defense, but according to head coach Sean McDermott, he's earned his opportunity.
I love the fact that he seems to have begun to earn the respect of his teammates and the trust of his teammates. I think that's important, not only in the evaluation, but also in that position, right? And for every position, in particular the quarterback position, the respect and the trust is huge.
And we want to know what you think of this decision. Is it the right one? The results are coming in, and the answer overwhelmingly. 80% say yes, it is. So it looks like Bills Mafia still trusts the process.
Well, your chances to see Vlad Jr. and the Bisons are running out. Only 7 home games left this season. Now, their last home game is August 27th when they play Pawtucket. And with the season that Vlad Jr. has been having, it could also be one of the last few times you get to see him play in the red, white, and blue. Tonight, they play at home against Scranton.
And today, we're going to learn more about another big event coming to the ballpark. We'll learn about the upcoming Wing Fest. The festival's 17th year is expected to draw over 50,000 attendees and contestants from all over the 50 states of the U.S. Event activities will be announced today at Niagara Square at 11:30. And yes, before you ask, there will be free wings served with the announcement.
Well, you know we love to celebrate Western New York, and what goes better with wings than pizza? Breakfast of champions on Daybreak this morning. All we need now is a couple of beers. Just last week, we had a lot to celebrate as a Daily Beast article called Buffalo the country's pizza capital. Guess what? The guy who wrote the article is back in town. Arthur Bovino is on a tour for his book, Buffalo Everything. It highlights the city's tastiest features. Bovino is a food writer, but he knows his way around a kitchen as well. He went to culinary school. He's classically trained in the French technique, but he says he's always had a passion for pizza. And about 5 months ago, he stopped by for a slice at La Nova. He talked perfect pie with two on your sides. Kelly Dudzik.
Crazy amounts of pepperoni and cup and char, which is a baseline here in Buffalo.
Explain how you judge the cup and char.
So it has to really pool up. It has to curl up along the edges. And unless it really gets that semi-almost burnt black line around the edge and the pool of grease in the center, you're not doing it right.
How do you feel about dabbing?
Listen, if you're dabbing or if you're lifting the slice for the grease to come off, everything else is going to fall off too.
And Bovino says it's not just the pizza, but the people of Buffalo who melted his heart. And you can meet him tonight. He'll be at the 9/11 Tavern signing his book, Buffalo Everything. We'll have more details for you on our website.
Very nice, Kate. Thanks. Well, a pair of local ice dancers are making a name for themselves with a string of honors and championships.
But now the biggest challenge yet for these young stars of the ice who are gearing up to take the rink in Austria. Joshua Robinson met the pair in Lockport to see what they're bringing overseas.
What did you love when you were 4 years old? That is when Jocelyn Haynes put on her first pair of ice skates. And James Kazuda's been skating since he was 6. So they brought plenty of experience when the two friends were paired up for the first time nearly 3 years ago.
We jumped into the season pretty fast, like halfway through the season, our first year. So, I mean, it was just like a wild ride, you know.
But in that first year, Jimmy and Jossie found immediate success. Second place in their first event skating together. First place in their Eastern sectionals, and then first place again at the U.S. national competition in Kentucky after skating together for only 6 months.
I'm vividly remembering this moment. I got emotional standing behind them at the podium. We didn't have friends, anyone there with us, and just me, myself, and them, and it was just so special.
Now to get there, Jimmy and Jossie practice 40 hours a week, sometimes skating as many as 8 hours a day, but they also live together during the week. Jossie's parents live in Marietta. It's about a 3-hour drive away, so her dad brings her to Eden to stay with Jimmy on Mondays and picks her up on Fridays. When she's home, Jossie's mom works 2 jobs to help support her daughter's dreams.
I'll see her maybe a couple hours for every 2 weeks, so not much time, but it's a sacrifice we're all willing to make for this.
Jimmy's mom also works 3 jobs to keep him on the ice, so Jimmy and Jossie spend more time together than with anyone else. But now, all of their family's sacrifices are paying off. At the end of August, Jimmy, Jossie, and Bianca will travel to Linz, Austria for Jimmy and Jossie's first ever international competition.
I never saw that coming. No, absolutely not. You don't. You just grind. You come in every day. I honestly don't know on the days that they're sick or they don't feel well how they come in and do it, but they do it. For my little students to look up to. I couldn't ask for more hard worker examples.
Today at 3:30, Jimmy and Jossie will be at the Cornerstone Ice Arena skating in full costume, showing off what they plan to bring to Austria. It's free to the public, so you can go watch the young ice phenoms in action. But Jossie tells me she would love it if you just wanted to stop by and say hi. Joshua Robinson, Channel 2 Daybreak.
Congratulations and good luck to them.
Absolutely. 6:41 now on Daybreak. Patrick is up on the roof this morning, and so far so good. No rain in downtown Buffalo.
Yeah, not yet, but it's coming. Boy, the skies are looking threatening, no doubt about that. It is pouring, though, up towards the falls and heading right to Youngstown. We'll show it to you on radar. The sky's becoming a little bit more active, and you can clearly see more rain is on the way.
You get to spend time with your friends, and you get to have fun.
Yeah, Luciana Alessi of Clarence has fun swimming, but she also takes it very seriously. And now, not only is she a competitive swimmer, but she's also an entrepreneur and a published author. All of this, and she's only 9 years old. Daybreak loves celebrating Western New York's great kids, and I'll introduce you to this one tomorrow morning on Daybreak.
Awesome.
Well, excitement is building around Bills Nation, and fans cannot wait to hear the Shout song blaring in New Era Field.
Yeah, that song, huge part of the atmosphere at New Era, but get this, we almost lost it. Actually, we did lose it. That is, as we find out in this week's Unknown Story, until the 12th man stepped in. It's as clear as Jack Kemp's number 15 on his jersey. Patrick Ruffino has been a Bills backer for a long time.
I remember as a kid going down to the rock pile, seeing those old AFL championship teams.
He is stuck with his team through good and bad. That's why it was so exciting for him when the team led by Kelly, Bruce, Thurman, and Andre began to dominate the league. But it was during that heyday that the 12th man came face to face with adversity.
It was right during the Super Bowl years. They were losing some key players, and it was just like, you know, now they want to take the song away, the fight song away.
the shout song taken away. Bills front office didn't want to pay the $10,000 royalty fee. Management actually pulled the plug right after one of the greatest games in Bills history, the Miracle at Rich, that saw Frank Reich engineer the greatest comeback in NFL history.
The fans in Buffalo pretty much said, we're not going to take that.
And so long before Bills Mafia was even a thing, fans circled the wagons and took their fight to the streets.
Letter writing, telephone calls, talk shows, and the ball started going.
Remember, this was 1993, before social media and before most people even had cell phones. They worked hard through the offseason and the preseason. The fight ultimately gained national attention. Polaroid, who owned the rights to the song, agreed to drop the royalty fee. But Bills management had already paid for a replacement song, and Shout was still on the outs as the Bills broke training camp.
The song that they replaced it with played during the preseason. And the boos from the fans just drowned out the song. And, I think it got the attention of Mr. Wilson.
And the voice of the fan was finally heard. Opening day 1993, the Bills hosting the Patriots, and the stadium went crazy as the Shout song began to blare.
It felt more of a relief. It was like 1,000 pounds was lifted off my shoulders.
Now, 25 years later, Patrick Ruffino looks back at that effort and is grateful that Bills founder Ralph Wilson agreed that managers, coaches, and players come and go, but the 12th man is a constant.
It was through the intervention of Mr. Wilson that actually, I believe, got the song back.
Gets you going. Now we still have the song. Now all we need to do is get back to the Super Bowl.
And we're going to have that song in our heads the rest of the day, thanks to you, Pete, and that
Sorry
unknown
about that.
story.
All right, well, 6:50 now on Daybreak. Time to check in with Dave.
And it's time now for today's rundown, where we get you caught up on the morning's top stories in just a minute and a half. First up, the Buffalo Police Department Advisory Board is hosting an open forum tonight. The goal is to improve the relationship between the department and the community. And you can weigh in from 6 until 7:30 tonight at the Frank Merriweather Library. Drivers are getting fed up with the extra late fees and charges from cashless tolls on the Grand Island. Now, some state lawmakers are calling for an amnesty period, giving drivers a 6-month window to pay off what they owe. The Thruway Authority defended the late fees, though, saying people already have more than 100 days to pay. Plans to renovate the former Women and Children's Hospital site in Buffalo are taking a little longer than expected. A spokesperson for Sinatra Development says the approval process for developing the former hospital in the Elmwood Village has pushed back the complete date to late 2021. The project is called Elmwood Crossing. Today, U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand will make a last-minute push for more money to fight the opioid crisis. She supports almost $4 billion in federal funding. That's included in bills that could pass the Senate in the coming days. That's an increase of about $145 million over last year's federal funding for the epidemic. And it is go time in Orchard Park as Josh Allen will get his first preseason start for the Bills. The 7th overall pick will be under center when the Bills take on the Bengals this Sunday for preseason game number 3. This will be Allen's first test against a first-team defense. And finally, good news for those with a sweet tooth. Paula's Donuts will open a new location in Larkinville eventually. The store will be ready in 2 years in the fall of 2020. Guys?
Good news for those with a sweet tooth and plenty of patience. But this morning, Patrick, we're talking about a lot of rain falling in the falls and more coming on the way.
Yeah, I think so. You can see dry right now in Buffalo, but that's going to change. Let's get right to it. We take you to Youngstown, where it is pouring here, and we've got some rain up in Niagara County, and there's going to be more where that came from, extending across all of western New York during the day today. Scattered thunderstorms and downpours tomorrow. There could be a few showers. Thursday, Friday look fine. Saturday, too, but some storms Saturday night. So first, here's the heavy rain up towards Niagara County. It's moving through Lewiston right now, heading towards Youngstown, Niagara on the Lake, having just moved out of Grand Island in Niagara Falls. But boy, was it coming down. It still is, actually. And look at all this. This will be here mid to late morning with rain and some downpours. Nothing severe, at least early on. That'll come later. So showers and some thunderstorms easing back, and then heavier rain and storms thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon. Few